Today, I want to talk about junk miles. But before I do, I'm Tim Kaufman. Thank you for joining me as I spill my guts on this channel. I actually sound worse today, but I feel a lot better. I was really sick yesterday. I haven't been that sick in a long time. I didn't know. It's going around. I'm a teacher, so it's all over the school. So I really don't think it has anything to do with juicing or working out or whatnot, but I'm still drinking. In fact, I have some of that lovely broth right here that's nice and warm. I didn't feel like too much juice today. I had just two little 14-ounce like mini bottles. But before we get into that, I'm Tim Kaufman, and if you didn't know, I've lost 200 pounds on a whole food plant-based lifestyle. I am an Ehlers-Danlos patient that has struggled certainly my whole life, but once I switched my diet, I did a lot better. These past couple of years have been seen with a bunch of challenges, some of which are an ankle fusion, tumor removal, spine surgery, and most recently, I had to get a muscle reattached to a bone in my arm and a nerve relocation. All that said, I am on my way 190, I'm probably going to get this wrong, 6 days until I toe the line of Ironman Lake Placid. I'm taking a very unconventional road. I also suggest that you don't follow my training plan or right now my nutrition plan, because for the first 30 days of this year, I am juice fasting to celebrate 10 years ago, my 30-day juice fast that kind of kicked my health into gear. What I want to talk about today is something called junk miles. And I'm supposed to start reminding you that you should, if you haven't done so, hit like. It helps me out. But I don't really know if I want people to see these, but whatever. Hit subscribe if you want to get notified when I do more of these. I'm going to try to do one every day, at least for the first 30 days of this year. And then I'd like to update as much as possible. I have this down to a kind of a very simple, it's very minimal editing, very minimal everything, but that's so I can do quantity rather than quality. Okay, let's talk about junk miles, because that's what I want to talk about. Few years ago, when I was really training hard, I was a lot faster. I ran long distances, even into 50-mile ultra races. You heard this thing in the running community called junk miles. And junk miles were basically, you had a training plan. There's all sort of training runs that you go on, from tempo to fartlek to sprints to hill sprints to repeats, to slow to long, slow distance, all sort of different things that they come up with to help train you. And then there's something called junk miles. You just go put the miles in to put them in. And I've always had a bad attitude towards junk miles. I never felt like I worked hard enough. But today, I guess you could call what I did was put in a couple junk miles. I was thinking about getting back on the bike because I was so mad that I missed my Monday bike ride. That would have been pretty intense. In fact, my shorts are right behind me. I was getting ready to put my biking shorts on, and I was going to make up that ride. Instead of doing that, I put the treadmill down level, almost level, 0.5 incline, and I just walked like 3 miles, which is basically just a walk. There was nothing fast about it. It didn't get my heart rate up. I wasn't in zone 2. And when I was done, I hit off, and I felt good that I did 30 minutes. I certainly didn't push myself. And I said, just inadvertently in my head, well, at least I got a couple junk miles in. Can I just tell you something? Those are not junk miles. Those are probably the most important miles that I will cover during my Ironman. And here's why. A lot of times we get so consumed into following these prescriptions exactly how they're supposed to be that we forget that when we're in the race and all the chips are against us and we're going to fail because we want to quit, the thing that's going to pull me through Ironman are those, not junk miles. Those are miles that I probably didn't have to do. I could have made an excuse. I'm not feeling well. I could have said that, you know what? I'm so stuffed up. The last thing I want to do is get on the treadmill. But I did them. And those miles will make me those are mental miles. They're not junk miles. Those are mental miles. See, what I've learned in my journey, and probably one of the most important things I've learned going through all these stages, I feel like, I went from almost crippled in a wheelchair to morbidly obese to lost all this weight, super athletic in Runner's World magazine. Weird. And then all of a sudden it all got taken away from me with all these surgeries. And I had two choices. I could either start getting all pissed off about everything that got taken away, or I could decide to brush my knees up and listen. If you're multitasking, come back, listen. Or do the best I can with the tools I have available. And that's really what training for Ironman this time is about. I'm doing the best I can with the tools that I have. And those aren't junk miles. Those miles that we go out to just do, those are mental miles that helps us build consistency, persistency, and those small wins will pay huge dividends in the end. I hope that helps. I'm trying not to rant because all my other channels, I feel like I rant a lot. But the rant just kind of comes out sometimes because I'm super passionate about people. It doesn't matter where you are, where you were, where you think you should be. What matters is that we do the best job we can do with the tools that we have. I had a great conversation with a great friend today, and he kind of reminded me of that. And it was a shocking conversation, but he's a great friend. And he too got on his treadmill and took a walk today because that's what he could do. And I'm proud of both of us. Until next time, by the way, I'm closing out day 10 of my juice fast. Tomorrow will mark 11. I'm really excited to get to the halfway point because then it's all downhill. Until next time, take care of yourselves and do the best you can with the tools you have available. Bye-bye.